You're watching DDDNN with your host, Todd Todson. Thank you for joining us. I'm Todd Todson, and I'm your host for the evening. Our first story for the night. At this point, we can officially confirm that no one really knows if Kim Jong Un is dead or not, despite the large amount of authorities claiming to know for sure, possibly making him the first actual case of a Schrodinger's cat, yet another laurel for the Supreme Leader to add to his resume. The governor of Florida, during a briefing about COVID-19 and its effects on the elderly, referred to his state as God's waiting room. Yep, sometimes these just write themselves. The IRS recently admitted that some stimulus checks had actually been sent to people that have died since 2018, and that they have no way of retrieving this money. Officials stated that any mistakes that were made had been fixed and were less than 1%. Let's put that into perspective, however. If 88 million people received at least the minimum of $1,200 and 1% were mistakenly given to the deceased, that means that over $1 billion were given to dead people. And yes, we may have made some jumps with that math, but someone had to at least check once. The Pentagon has formally released 3 videos that show what they have taken great pains to call unidentified aerial phenomenon. So, congratulations to those of you that have aliens on your apocalypse bingo cards. A rental car company out of New Zealand has reported that 60 of its vehicles were stolen all in one night this past Friday. The company also stated, as long as the thieves returned the cars with a full tank of gas, all would be forgiven. China has begun installing mandatory cameras outside of residents' front doors in an effort to, quote, help stop the spread of the novel coronavirus. Some residents even stated that they had cameras placed inside their homes. When asked how a local resident felt about the cameras, they replied, "Oh no, we definitely don't have any reason to doubt that the government doesn't not have our best interests not at heart." And for our last story of the night, over 100 people have been hospitalized after taking medical advice from President Trump and ingesting some form of disinfectant as a defense against the coronavirus, leaving hundreds of family members devastated at the news that they were actually related to someone that stupid. Thanks again for tuning in to this episode of the Ding Dong Ditch News Network. Tune in next week for more. And remember, we don't make the news, we just make fun of it. Thank you and good night. This is a satirical news segment. All comments were completely made up. Remember, just because the news said it, it doesn't mean it's true.